It's about that dang on time.
It's not looking good, Justin. It's not looking good.
Oh, you think that's bad? Some dude with a unibrow is over here pretending to be H+III+T?
If you think I'm gonna sit here and let you slander Courtney Lee, then you're sadly mistaken. I don't care what you've become. You cannot escape this prison. Why fight you when I can trap your soul in this unexplained statue that's been in the background of all my videos since 2014? Coward, just like Derrick Rose. You've gone too far. Young Thug's Barter 6 was better than Free Weezy album. No!
You gotta come down to the hospital, man. It's Saki.
Oh, man. Gosh dang it, bro.
Wait.
What's up, Doc?
He's dead. Yo, you good? Yeah. I'm alright, I guess. Listen, Air. You gotta talk to him eventually, bro. No, don't. You've seen the accusations, bro. We can't be seen with that bum on camera. Not at this point. Hey, I ain't going out like that. You saw what happened? I ain't going out like that. Like, weren't y'all like engaged or something like that? Like, you can't just cut dude off. Crawford, he didn't even show up to Saki's funeral. KP's a freaking bum. Gosh dang it, man. Look, Kristaps Porzingis is in the past, man. All I know is right now, we gotta cover this offseason. This might be one of the craziest off-seasons of all time, gosh dang it. We gotta cover this together. KP's gone, all that's over with. But I need you, bro. I know we've had our rocky past couple seasons, gosh dang it. But look, I need you, man. We gotta do this together. Yeah, you're right. Hey, we gotta do this for Saki. Yeah, for Saki. Let go.
You ain't about my dream. You're just tryna make a one verse. That's all you get. You ain't about that's my all you're getting, Moses. You're just tryna make a hey. Hey, let me go back and write the album, man. Come on. You're just tryna make a beat. What's going on? You ain't about my dream. You're just tryna make a beat. What's going on? For real though. Let me go back and finish this album. Gosh dang it. What's going on? Triple dot. David Moses, H+III+T, let go. Hello there! H+III+T, it's about that dang on time. Welcome back to the Summertime Knicks Time Report, gosh dang it. Now listen, I ain't got the green screen, gosh dang it. We doing some stuff at the crib, like I've been talking about for like this entire season. So it's a little awkward right now. I ain't got the green screen, but I should have it by like the second half of the summer. So like come the summer league, I should have the green screen and stuff. But we got about 5 months to look at each other like this, so the situation will handle itself. Listen, y'all, listen. We starting this thing out right. We starting this thing out proper, gosh dang it. We got to get into the shenanigans, so I figure let's go into the shenanigans together, if you will. This season. This was, without a doubt, one of the most painful seasons I've personally been through. Now, we've had a 17-win season before, gosh dang it. Ironically, the first year I started covering us on YouTube. I don't know what that says about me. Maybe I'm just cursing us, gosh dang it, but that's neither here nor there. We've been through this shenanigans before. We've all been through it. Under the dang-on watchful eye of one Derek Fisher. But here's where this season was more painful to me. Granted, we had a lot of various gems, if you will, from the late Derek Fisher. Not that he's dead, but he's dead to me, gosh dang it, but that's not here nor there. From the late great Derek Fisher, such instances where when Quincy AC and Shane Larkin and Alexei Shved were a little bit nervous going into the game against the Cavaliers. I think it was the Cavs, I'm not really sure, gosh dang, I might be guessing here. And they looked to coach. They looked to Derek Fisher and said, what advice can you give us to make it through these trying times? And this man looked at Shane Larkin and all of them and said, don't worry, the other team puts their pants legs on, one leg at a time. That is what we are coming from, gosh dang it. But surprisingly, that 17-win season wasn't as bad. Because I want everybody to take a trip down memory lane with me for just one quick second. Because I want everyone to just bask in what we just went through this season, gosh dang it. We started out with Kristaps Porzingis sitting on the bench, gosh dang it. May that man rest in peace. With Kristaps Porzingis sitting on the bench, gosh dang it. And we were waiting for him, saying to each other, well, when KP comes back, and like Christmas timey, that's what we was thinking. By Christmas, he'd be back, because he had tore his ACL in February. So we're like, okay, 2 + 2 = 4. Gosh dang it, carry the 1. That's got to be at least 7 months or something like that. Homie will be back by Christmas. We went in with such optimism. We said it's the Eastern Conference, bunch of bums out here, LeBron's on the Lakers. We got this, gosh dang it. This is our year. We're going to Brooklyn Nets it, if you know what I mean, gosh dang it. And our main concern was who's going to be our starting point guard. Who's going to be our starting point guard was our main concern going into this season. We had the homie Trey Burke running through sand, gosh dang it. We had Emmanuel Mudiay, which y'all know my thoughts on that, man, but that's not him there. And we had the homie Franny Lakina. Everybody chilling, everybody doing their thing, gosh dang it. But not only that, we had the homie, first off-season this year hitting the Mitchell, hold up. Mitchell Robinson, gosh dang it. We had just drafted the homie Mitchell Robinson. We had just gotten Kevin Knox. And we was going into this year off the Summer League that bum had. And we was ready. We had Tim Hardaway Jr., who we was giving the keys over to, gosh dang it. Enes Kanter was ready. Enes Kanter was prepared, gosh dang it. Couldn't tell us nothing. You couldn't tell us a thing. Now, we unfortunately had to say RIP to Michael Beasley, gosh dang it. He got left because of Fizdale, gosh dang it. And we're going to get into Fizdale later, but that's not here there. So in came in a bunch of players that we were told were coming through to prove themselves. Whatever the jack that meant. We had Mario Hezonja. We had Noah Vonleh. We had a couple people sprinkled out. We were keeping Ron Baker, shot maker, gosh dang it. Didn't know if Luke Cornett was even going to play. Still had Isaiah Hicks. It was looking pretty good. We had added Alonzo Trier. Kept Dotson. Still had Lance Thomas. This was the tone going into this. Still had the homie Courtney Lee. I forgot about Courtney hitting the Courtney shuffle. We were looking pretty good going into this season. When preseason came around, we started noticing things were a little bit shaky. Our new coach, David Fizdale's ideology, if you will, of positionless basketball was looking a little suspect. When this man would have times where he would start Franny Lakina at the 3 because positionless basketball. Stuff was looking a little shady. Stuff was looking a little rocky. But a lot of y'all said it's preseason. The situation's going to handle itself. I remember a certain flat-topped bum was screaming at the top of his lungs, we need to be concerned. But, you know, that's fine. That's fine. Y'all ignore me. It's all good. Season progresses, and it turns out we're just as bad as we were last year, if not worse. You see, without Kristaps Porzingis, teams didn't have anyone to double. There was no one offensively that was taking
the attention off of these little kids. We still had Timmy, who was trying his hardest to carry us. And I'll be the first one to admit there was a couple of games where I thought Timmy was like really carrying us on some mellow stuff. Timmy had a couple of good games the first go around. Now he's a bum. He's a freaking bum. But in the beginning of the season, I thought Timmy was trying his best and I had no issues with it, gosh dang it. Things get worse. We're spiraling. We can't finish games. We're not even in games third quarter. Dudes who I couldn't even tell you on these trash teams are blowing us out, gosh dang it. Like outside of the Atlanta Hawks, I can't really tell you whose number we seem to have this season, gosh dang it. Had a couple highlights here and there, but it was nothing really that impressive. Months go by, weeks go by. At the halfway point of the season, gosh dang it, we get annihilated on Christmas Day by the Milwaukee Bucks, which was expected, gosh dang it, and we thought Kristaps Porzingis was going to come back. But Kristaps was still sitting on the bench. We heard some shady rumblings here and there that maybe there was a little bit of a discord. No app I don't plan on using this summer. A little bit of a discord between management and KP. KP's putting stuff out on Instagram, saying, oh, he ready to go. Oh, he jogging around, gosh dang it, in the Ritz-Carlton, running off on the plug, gosh dang it. But Fizdale and them are saying KP's going to be reevaluated in February. The foreshadowing, y'all. Plethora of injuries. Frankie gets hurt again. Knox gets hurt. At one point, the homie Mitchell Robinson had gotten hurt. Did I already say Trey Burke? Trey Burke, he was hurt. Moutier got hurt. It was a revolving door of trash upon trash. I think Ron Baker died a couple times this season too, along with Luke Cornett, but that's not either there. And it was really looking bad. So let's fast forward over to just before the All-Star break. Things are about as bad as it can possibly get, and all I'm hearing from one side of the fan base is tank this, Zion that, and the other side of the fan base, which I was a part of, and I feel like I'm in between, but that's not here and there, but I was definitely on this side at one point, wondering what the job is going on with Fizz, because they keep telling us things like wins and losses don't matter, folks got to go out there and get their quote-unquote lumps, and you don't just get handed starting positions, you have to earn it. But we weren't seeing that. We weren't seeing a consistent message from their mouths and the product that we saw on the court. We started hearing these nasty things like in practice, David Fizdale had an axe, gosh dang it, piggybacking off of what they did in the championship days in Miami with LeBron and Bosh and them, gosh dang it, and Wade, of course. Of how they had a little kiddie pool and they put all their problems and their aspirations or whatever, and they put them in the pool so that we're all in this together, no High School Musical. Well, Fizdale wanted to copy that in our locker room. Not sure if y'all remember this, gosh dang it, but Fizdale had an axe, and yes, I mean hagaga, an axe that he would have in the corner of practice that every one of the players signed their name on the handle. Now, though I thought this was very corny, at least there was a moment of, well, we suck now, but just wait till next year when KP gets back. We gonna build this culture, wait till KP get back. Which I wasn't here for. I thought he was a bum. But I was on board for it because it seemed like that's what we was doing. Just get these kids used to the NBA. And oh, when KP come back, then that fateful day came. I can't remember the significance of the day. I don't know if it was the end of the trade deadline. I can't even remember anymore. But it was the day that we traded Kristaps Porzingis Trey Burke, Courtney Lee, and Tim Hardaway Jr. for Wesley Matthews, Dennis Smith Jr., and DeAndre Jordan. I haven't recovered personally. I still haven't recovered. It's not that I liked KP, and we've talked about this on multiple occasions. It's not that I liked KP, it's the way this whole thing had to happen. Now with the allegations, I might make jokes upon jokes upon jokes upon jokes upon jokes, but we ain't ever really gonna know what was going on, gosh dang it. And if we do, this is gonna be nastier than the D-Rose allegations, gosh dang it, but that's not even there. But the only official word of what we heard, and this is from the perspective of Dolan, this is from the perspective of Steve Mills and Scott Perry, Kristaps Porzingis went in to be reevaluated by the Knicks, which they told us in February. They tell him the plan, they tell him about the tank, they tell him about Zion, they tell him about KD, they tell him about Kyrie, they tell him about the 2 max free agents. And that we're just going to lose for the rest of the season to get Zion just in case we can't secure a major free agent? And KP said no. Now, much like Harlow Quinn before him, just like what eventually ended up happening to Enes Kanter, which I'm watching that game in the background, so I keep looking over there, but that's not even there. Come on, Westbrook, you bum. Even KP wasn't down for tanking. Wasn't down for, hey, maybe Zion, maybe KD, maybe Kyrie. Even KP wasn't buying that. And man's demanding a trade. Now, I don't know if it was a situation of it was so short notice, if it was a situation of he's coming off an ACL tear and no one else wanted to bite on the, I don't know. But I know that we somehow ended up losing Trey Burke, who I don't think I'm ever going to be okay that we let that man go. I don't know if I'm going to be able to let that go. I'm trying, but that will hurt my soul. Let go of the homie Courtney Lee, who was content not even playing, and y'all still let him go. Let go of Timmy when it was y'all that brought him on in the first place. When I made that video saying I was borderline a Brooklyn Nets fan because them bums brought Timmy back just to get rid of him again. And then you take away our only guarantee to attract free agents in Kristaps Porzingis, whether he's a bum or not. That one shook me a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. That one shook me. Season keeps going. The homie Mitchell Robinson proves that he is currently a beast. I'm not gonna say he's going to be a beast, because he's currently a beast. DeAndre Jordan's doing a good job of mentoring him. Dennis Smith Jr. is a cool guard. It's a shame they didn't let him play towards the end, but I think his days are numbered, unfortunately. We got to see Moutier improve offensively. Yay. Trier, before he went down with an injury, was pretty good off the bench. Dotson started playing well. Sucked at the end of the season, but was playing really well up until those last 2 weeks, gosh dang it. Kevin Knox was starting to get it together. It was just obvious that our plan was not to win games. So where does that leave us now? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about over the course of this summer. Where the jive does this leave us now? There's a lot of positive ways we can spend it. And man, there is a truckload of negative ways we can spend it. But my job for this entire summer is to analyze everything that just happened over the last 82 games. And try to predict what's going to happen for the next 82, gosh dang it. But that is a basket of neither here nor there. If you missed the entire season, that is exactly what we just went through. 17 wins.
Crawford, what you doing?
Well, at times it's hard, as you know. Sever still ain't got no job. And I was just thinking, like, if I just, like, pawn this, like, what can I mess around and get for this? Like, you feel me? Like, you know, maybe we can get, like, some extra spare change, you feel me? If I just, like, sell this joint off.
Those live streams kind of picked up mid-season, and we still eating off that KP trade. I'm not sure if I'm buying that.
Well, what exactly are you accusing me of, Justin?
Isn't that the trophy Jackapopa is trapped in?
Well, actually, that's not true. This is, just his powers are in here. Like, that's like a huge misconception. Like, only his powers are locked in here. Jackapopa is still, you know, but just his powers are in here.
How do you know that?
You know, because the thing. You know the thing? You heard about it. Come on, we all know about the thing. Come on, the thing. That's how I know that you know that I know. You feel me? The thing. You know?
That's never been established. How do you know that, Crawford?
Now you listen here, you Macaulay Culkin ripoff, and you listen good! If you attempt to stop me, then I will delete you! Delete! The will of Lord Lafayette must be obtained!
What?
Yes! And you will forget the events of which you've seen today. Is that clear? Besides, it's your word against mine. Chill out, Beebs, you know? Don't you have an album to not be putting out or something like that? You'll be good. Just chill. Don't even worry about it. You good? Don't even worry about this.
What the jive is going on?